Storm Ashley is arriving overnight tonight.
So as I head off and start my 3-hour journey to Campbelltown, I'm fairly sure that I'm prepared. I've spent at least a day getting ready for this and my excitement levels are off the chart. But as I begin the drive and see that there's no wind, is there really a storm coming? So I can't work out if I'm doing a smart thing or an incredibly stupid thing. Probably the latter. However, Storm Ashley is approaching and is due to hit the west coast of Scotland. So what I thought I would do is head down the far west coast of Scotland to Campbelltown and Machrihanish to see if I manage to get any phenomenal waves. We're anticipating wind gusts of up to 70 miles an hour, so there's not going to be any drone footage and we will not be sleeping in the tent box tonight. The more miles I put behind me, and the further into the journey I get, I seriously start to question the weather forecasts. My hopes for dramatic clouds, fierce winds and huge waves seem unlikely at this point. But I carry on undeterred. Storm Ashley, the first named storm of the season, is due to make landfall in a couple hours. And my plan is to be there to meet it. So, will we get any shots? Well, let's see. So we're about another hour into the journey, we're about an hour still to go, but the weather is definitely starting to change. At the moment, there's clouds in the sky coming in, it's getting a little bit darker, but the light is just fantastic just now, with bright sunshine breaking through the clouds. I'll pick a gear and I'll stick to it. So the seas are starting to get a little bit choppier, there's definitely waves starting to appear, but the wind at the moment still not majorly bad. Still a little bit of sunshine, but on the horizon I can see the dark clouds coming in. The light just now is epic, and if those winds pick up, we could get something quite spectacular. So that's us arrived. We're just north of Campbelltown, 5 miles to go till we get to the actual town, and we're just a little bit south of Machrihanish where the famous golf course is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Atlantic Ocean and the wind is starting to pick up a little bit, as you can see, and the waves are starting to form, but they're still very, very small at the moment. But I think it's fair to say that the storm hasn't hit properly yet. So we're going to take a little bit more time, sit in the car, wait and see what develops, and see if we can get an eye for a composition for a decent photograph. Did you hear a word of any of that? Probably not. Hopefully you know by watching my channel that I don't give in too easily, but I'm going to have to admit, I think I'm beat by this tonight. Trying to get a tripod out, a long lens with a lens cover, it's just nigh on impossible. And to be fair, the waves, whilst big and impressive, they're not quite as big as I was hoping, and the whole reason for coming. I'm going to stick about for a wee bit because over on the horizon there is a faint glimmer of sunlight and some sun rays. The sun's not due to go down for about another, I don't know, another 45 minutes, an hour. I apologise for all the jerkiness in the movement today because I'm barely able to stand up straight, so that's why some of the nice smooth pans probably won't look very smooth and pan-like. Do you like this, by the way? Do you like it? Look. Do you like that? Yeah. See if I turn this way. What do you think of that? Well, that's a hairdo. Look at that. That's ridiculous. Well, yet again, landscape photography doesn't normally turn out the way that you have it planned in your head. When I left the house, I had an image of a shot I was going to get where there was a beautiful big wave crashing over a sea stack with some lovely birds flying about, and it just never turned out that way. Last night when I was out with the camera, 70-mile-an-hour winds, 80-mile-an-hour gusts, and trying to take a photograph was just nigh on impossible. Couldn't use a tripod, no chance of using a drone. Anyway, we're up, it's another day, we're going to try again. It's still very windy, but the sun is out, there's blue skies, and I believe the seas are a little bit more choppy than they were yesterday. So fingers crossed we can get some of those shots, and hopefully I can try and talk you through some of the compositions as we get there. Let's get going, and let's hit the beach. It's the car keys. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning, the sun's been up for an hour and it is getting bathed in a lovely, lovely glow at the moment. It is getting very bright very quickly, so we're going to try and catch some nice shots before that happens. Let's go get the camera. So the hardest part of making the video today is trying to film this bit on the Osmo Pocket 3. I don't mind having it in my hand, but I'm a little bit nervous about putting it on the tripod, setting it up and then shooting myself taking photographs, because one strong gust and this is going over. And as you know, they're not the most robust things. They're fantastic, but not the most robust. Okay, so this is the shot. We're going to try and get the camera down. I'm going to go really low down to the ground, get this rock in the foreground, and see if I can make the waves look a little bit taller than they are. I don't know if the tide's coming in or going out, but there's some meaty wave action.